Agree or disagree? And I got to get the little cards. I was setting up. I messed up.
All right, Curtis, don't worry. We have a good conversation when you're gone. While Curtis is gone, guys, what is your favorite type of lasagna? Meat, veggie, or Curtis's mom? Blue cheese. No.
I would put blue cheese
For
on
anybody who
lasagna.
missed our podcast on the condiments, we ranked condiments, and it was by far and large probably the most text messages I've got from
Awesome.
people who seem to love it, even though it was just us.
Defenders of blue cheese. They are
That's your
out
new.
there.
That's a new jacket.
Yes.
Defenders of blue cheese.
And
City.
there were, how many came out? There were a lot of them.
Those
There
like
was a lot of
5.
closet blue cheese lovers.
Yeah. they're so
Should we
good.
just start on that one just so we can crap on
Nah, save it,
just
bro.
kidding. All right.
Hey.
We're going to go on to our first one. It's going to be building Legos is actually fun.
Building Legos is actually fun. I'm gonna say
I agree.
no.
And why?
Because I built Legos for Christmas and they were fun until I got my son Lego Technics. And this is brutally ridiculous. Like, I feel like I needed an engineering degree. And I talked to my friend who Legos is like his thing. He's like, oh, you got Lego Technics? Yeah, you let me guess, you hated it. And I'm like, yes. It was brutal. Like 6 hours a night trying to put together a car. You're building engines that move and crank certain ways, and then pistons get attached to them. And you do one thing wrong, take it apart. I built a Bugatti. It's in my son's room with
I woke
half of
up
it
in a
unput
new
together.
Is it a big one?
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Half of it is not put together in my son's room because I missed a little like one piece somewhere, and one piston wouldn't fire in the right way, which wouldn't close the door and which wouldn't do this. And I was like,
no,
screw.
you gave up on it?
Oh, I almost smashed it.
Oh my gosh.
No one
that's
Rip, he
terrible.
probably would have been like, dude, this is not worth my time.
Yeah, I almost smashed it.
Dang.
I was mad. I was really mad.
Dang.
Because
Yeah, but it's not the only one.
I just built an Aston Martin with my son, which is a Technics. How old is your your son?
Thanks, man.
I mean, they're
Hold on,
runs-
man.
they're-
Good story.
Sorry.
Thanks, Chris. Did you really with your Technics?
Built. But I was. How old was your son when you were building it?
It was
Oh,
recent.
this was like a month ago.
But he's younger than my son, right?
No, they're both 13. Hey, thanks, man.
But you got yours
Put the
running.
camera away from
We
me.
got, ours is perfect. We play with it all the time. Pistons fire.
Here's the question though.
Sure
Did you have when you were a kid?
What's that?
Did you have when you were a kid?
Not the Technics stuff.
No, just like Legos.
Just Legos. When I was a kid, I played with them and
Rich.
built them.
Did you- That's what I was gonna say. If he didn't have them, you wouldn't
No, I
enjoy
would
it as
just go
much.
play with mud in the backyard.
Picking worms out of your.
I was going to say I enjoy playing them because me and my son, we do build them. We'll play games and we'll build while we're playing games. And we
Nice.
did just do the Technics thing.
You
and
guys
we
like
had a
super
blast.
geniuses? Like
I couldn't
playing
do
video
it.
games with toes?
All I do is I pick out the pieces and then I give them to him and I let him build it.
Oh, so your
I-
son did it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Good to
Oh,
know.
he's claiming like we build it. No. I think
He puts
Corey's
it all
doing
together, but I
No.
help. But I
That's-
enjoy them.
That's funny. So you got yours actually up and running.
We did. Yeah.
Dang, Riff. That's a flex. Ricky, do you have like a memory like of building
Stab you with
Legos?
this.
Oh, dude,
You-
Gabe all the time would he was like the Lego king. This kid, we'd get him the biggest Legos, and at the end, I'd be like almost done like finishing them, but he wouldn't even play with the Legos anymore. He only want the guys, and then he'd disappear and go play with the little guys. I thought it was amazing. I was like, dude, we bought like tons of them, and at the end, he just had a shelf full of like Star Wars Legos.
Cool, guys. Awesome.
I don't remember Legos being so expensive.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, they're so
dude.
expensive.
They're
Every
expensive.
set that I go to look at now is like $80 to $100.
Oh, the Ecto one's like $280.
If it's above 500 pieces or whatever it is, it says on the box.
Yeah.
That is literally
Now
like
it's like everything. I went into work the other day and the guy literally sits next to me. He's a huge Lego guy. That's like his world. And he had like flowers all around the office. And I was like, what are these? But they're all Legos.
Mhm.
And they have like weird shapes. It almost like isn't Lego. It
Oh, yeah.
is,
Mhm.
but it's like not even square blocks anymore. It's like round shapes. It looks like a
Yeah.
flower. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
It's
Yeah.
because they have such a lock on that market. I mean, who is the competitors?
Mega Block,
Mega Blocks. Yeah, I was going to say Roblox, but it's not Roblox. Mega Blocks, but nobody wants Mega Blocks.
Bionicle.
No,
Like if you get
Minecraft.
Mega Blocks, you're like, ugh, Mega Blocks.
Yeah,
like,
and it was
just
always like
feels
Halo.
So downgraded from
Isn't that
Lego.
weird.
Yeah, like they control
Like, what am I,
that.
poor?
Like, oh god.
Dude, I remember like I go to Best Buy and I'm like I look on the shelf and I go my friends go, hey, we want to build some Legos. I go, all right, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get me a set. I go there and it's like $80 for a Mandalorian head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, this is not fun.
For plastic.
But it was fun building it at the end of it. But it was like, man, my wallet hurt.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. All right, we're going to go on our next one. It's going to be professional sports are rigged.
Ooh.
Agree or disagree?
Agree.
I knew Ricky was going to say agree. I knew that.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to go with kind of an unopinion because I don't really watch sports enough to know. Although I did go down a wormhole the other day of this YouTube Shorts feed that came in my feed, and it started being like when refs forget what they're paid for, and it was like the weirdest things of like people like about to score and then stopping, and the ref is like, oh, hold on, I take that back. And it was like the end of the game when that person was, it was just like some weird stuff. I'm going to go undecisive and let Ricky explain.
All right.
What are your thoughts?
All right. So I used to watch sports all the time, but nowadays I started watching it again, and I noticed like there's a lot of weird calls, weird things happening. And I thought it was crazy. And I was like, it's just me. I'm not noticing it. And then I started seeing YouTubers like post all this stuff. And in my head, I'm like, dude, they'd be dumb not to actually do it. You know why? That's $1 billion industry, just gambling. The Vegas industry, dude, you can make a killing. And these guys are that good that they can do it. It's like WWF, but sports. You can do whatever you want. If you're that good, you can fake stuff.
So when you say the word rigged, though, like there's like you think like in the NFL, like the whole NFL is in on it, and they have a master plan of who is going to win the Super Bowl. Do you believe that, or do you believe like there's a player maybe that like might throw a game, or a boxer that might throw a match? Of course, that
I think
happens.
it's some players, but I think it's mainly the refs because I see it more on the ref side, and I'm just like, I'm like, this is weird. Did you guys notice at the Super Bowl, like a couple of times, the first down for I can't remember who it was for Chiefs, it was supposed to be second or third down, and it gave them the first down, and I'm like, Nicole, did you like? I was asking my wife. I'm like, did you see that? She's like, no. What are you talking about? She doesn't understand football.
What are you talking about?
Ricky, shut up! Quit talking to me.
But then she literally came back the next day. She's like, you were right. I'm like, what? She's like, some dude recorded. She showed me the video on YouTube. I'm like, I knew it wasn't crazy, but there's some weird. I don't know.
But you also got to think like on field, it was correct. It was just not correct on the TV screen.
Mm.
So, I mean, there's probably just a disconnect right there. I don't think that people who put their time and energy into sports and put their dedication into it is going to just throw a game.
I mean,
you're offered $1 billion by
I would say prop bets are a bad thing because it's like, all right, so a prop bet is like if they can guess the Gatorade color, it gets dumped on the winning coach.
Yeah,
right?
that's different.
And that's insider trading, I feel like, in a little bit, because you could just find somebody on the staff and be like, hey, what's going to be the color?
So I went a little into that hole, like the weird hole thing, like how originally the Super Bowl was supposed to go to Baltimore and San Francisco. That's why the colors were that color for the Super Bowl. And then once everyone started talking, I saw all these YouTube videos on it. Oddly enough, it changed, and I'm like, "What the heck? What's going on?" And that's when the Chiefs made it. Because the Chiefs.
Opinion.
So I have to disagree strongly against
100%.
this because
but you believe WWF is real.
I do.
Wait.
I do.
Every point out invalid
I
of
do
that.
believe WWF is real. No, I do love WWF, but I don't think it is real. But with professional sports, I feel like that concept of like you're talking about with it being like the Super Bowl being completely rigged and they're in on it with the colors being released, that means that there was like master planning of this taking place. I find it very, very hard to believe if there's that many people in on something that word doesn't get out that like this was actually rigged. So it's never came out.
COVID.
I mean,
But I kind of just think it falls into like these theories where that people, it's fun to think about it, that it's rigged, but then to have that many people in on like a whole
what about
scam
individual
like that.
Players?
So that like somebody got to refs, like a ref, I think years ago in basketball.
And let me make this clear. I looked at what refs make. They don't make a lot of money. Even the Super Bowl refs.
I think it was like a mafia thing. They got to the ref or something, and he got arrested for it finally. So you certainly could get to like a ref or a player or a boxer, but this concept of a much bigger scheme,
like an organization.
I just can't buy it.
I'm just saying it is rigged. Like either someone's rigging it, like even little, like a couple of people here and there, but there's some
Ricky's
weird.
saying maybe it's not.
So here's the master test. I tested this with my buddies. They were all theorists of the NFL being rigged
Ooh, I like it.
and the colors
Fantasy
and all
league.
that.
Yeah.
And what I said to them, they were like, "Oh, it's rigged. San Francisco or the Chiefs are going to win. Chiefs are good." Well, then Chiefs did end up winning.
Yeah, I called the score.
Wait, but just like just prove the theory
No,
wrong.
but the Chiefs did end up winning. But what I kept saying then was, I was like, okay, then if you're so confident in it, go put all your money on it. If you believe your theory so much, but
got
nobody put any money on it.
They should've.
They should have. At the end of the day, like, oh, okay, they did end up winning. But they were all Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What gets to me about it, and again, I'm not a sports guy. This just goes for anything in the world, right? But let's take something like the NFL. The money that comes into that is unfathomable. It's not like, oh, it's pretty good. I mean, it's unfathomable money that the people that can bet on this is unfathomable amounts of money. That's the only word I can use.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine a player being like, hey, you'll probably get signed in your life. You'll make 50 million. I'll give you 100 million today if you throw this game, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't know how easy it'd be to say no to that. For 20 minutes of your life, be like, okay.
But the NFL is such
Faking
a
an injury.
complex game.
Yeah.
To actually throw something, you would need refs, players, defenses.
Well, I mean,
on
or
it.
you just
You could
play
just
as crappy
practice
as
it.
possible, right?
Yeah.
It'd be like, I mean, it's not the same level, but say I was on a skateboarding tournament. Hey, don't win this. Purposely don't land the trick.
But boxing, I can see. Boxing is like go out there and just, you get knocked
Easy.
out. Like easy to just rig that.
True.
Right?
Well, check out the even the field goal that San Francisco missed. I was like, no one misses a field goal. Like,
No,
dude,
dude,
hey.
I'm telling you right now,
Okay,
these guys
wait,
aren't out there trying
Can I finish
to
this real quick, though?
lose.
Can I finish this real quick?
I like not being a sports guy.
If they would have made that field goal, there would have been no overtime.
No, I'm telling you right now, there would have been overtime either way. But
I called the game.
everything led up into this. It was like that guy.
it was an
had-
extra point. I think you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was an extra
and
point.
that wasn't even his
Sorry,
problem,
extra point.
right? It got batted down, so he wasn't trying to miss it. You know what I'm saying? These guys go out and they perform. Like some players might be sketchy.
Dude,
We're not
this-
saying that.
for sure.
This kicker is amazing, though. I've seen this guy. He's good. He
I
doesn't
know,
miss
but
that kind of
It wasn't his
stuff.
fault that a ball got batted down. Like I mean, like
Well.
somebody just got the upper edge and he got a hand on it and then missed it.
I just like playing the devil's advocate.
I know.
I love it.
It makes for
I
better
just-
conversation.
I know. It just makes funny.
And
because,
who's to say I didn't pay Ricky off to make the podcast more interesting?
I just find it funny because it's like sports, like baseball and
Yeah.
football, they produce like T-shirts and
Yeah,
hats prior to the event even being over. Like World Series hats
Yeah.
are made, and that way, if they do win, they all come out.
That throws
right?
you off, bro. It's throw you off the scent.
I just know when there's so much money involved in anything, I feel like things are swayed. I mean, like government, on either side. It's like it's just so easy to sway people with things with
Yeah.
that amount of money.
Yeah.
It's hard to say no matter who you are to hundreds of millions of dollars.
There's gonna be so many little theory people.
Oh, I
in
love
there
it.
be Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're gonna be.
Educate me. I know nothing about sports.
They're gonna be like, dude, everything's rigged. Everything's rigged.
Yeah.
It's just like somebody playing in Halo, and they're like, I'm not screen looking. I'm not screen looking. They're definitely cheating.
Oh, we all screen looking gold.
100%, dude. All right, we're gonna go on our next one. It's gonna be Philips CDI, The Legend of Zelda releases were actually good games.
No.
Terrible.
Garb.
And I was like, everybody across the board is disagreeing.
Everybody's saying no.
Disagreeing.
Hey, at least we all agree on something today.
We
Ben, do you
agree.
agree over there? Was it bad?
I've never played them actually.
Oh,
But
okay.
They kind of look like garbage, so
They are
probably.
Just looking at the gameplay, you could just tell this thing is just garbage. That's why I don't understand why they're so expensive.
Well, what's crazy if you look at even the cutscenes, it's mind-boggling how bad the animations are. Like
bad.
Link will be talking like, "Gee, sure is crazy around here," and his eyes are
eyes roll.
like shaking on one side. This is going that way. It's like mouth disappears. When the scenes come in, the scene comes in, and then the character pops in like 2 seconds later. They're not even right with their frame animations. It's a literal. Who made it?
Philips CDI.
Was it no? But was it straight up Philips CDI that published this game and
That's a good
developed
question.
the game? You don't have to look it up, but
I mean, I'm not the smartest bunch, but I just thought, man, it is
Yeah.
a terrible game.
at least we all agreed on something. I'm glad you brought us together up that sports one. I wanted Ricky and Chris to talk longer together, and that was fun.
All right, I want this one. All right, Shaq Fu was a shacked poo of a game.
Shaq Fu, I will say it is poo. Thumbs
It was
up.
poo.
Thumbs up.
It was poo. Thumbs down.
Wait, it's
I
not poo?
didn't play
Wait,
it.
it
that
is poo.
much.
It is poo.
Oh, so is that thumbs up?
That's thumbs up.
All right, it's poo.
Well,
I
It
didn't
has a
play
cool
it.
shirt.
I haven't really played it that much.
here's the thing. Shaq
I never
Fu,
played any game.
Shaq Fu became known in the early days of retro YouTube hunting to be the worst fighting game. I will say Pit Fighter is much worse, but I think it just became like a cult status crap game. But it wasn't as bad as the status that the game is like the worst. It's like the movie Kung Pao. It got rated
Oh,
like
I
the worst
love
movie of
that
all time,
movie.
and Ricky and I are like, "What?" And now people love it, and I'm like, Ricky and I have loved that movie since the day it came out. So it's just I think cult status sometimes can follow things bigger than what they
It's
are.
true.
So
I just think
Superman
they did
64
Shaq
took
dirty.
over after that.
they did do Shaq dirty.
Dude, Shaq is such a cool dude, man. They
Shaq
did
is
him
all
dirty.
good.
DJ Diesel, baby. That's his name.
Kazam, bro. You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Gold
Shaq.
What's he use? Gold Bond? Is that his thing?
Icy Hot.
Icy hot.
Dude, he is
I
the-
love Shaq.
He is the king of commercials.
Free throws. Oh no.
General Now.
No.
The
1-800
General Now. He's on that one too.
Yeah.
I remember I was considering buying K-Swisses, I think, because he was on a commercial with K-Swiss.
Dude, I saw Mr. T is doing Skechers, but they're like totally the worst looking Skechers on earth.
They did him
Mr.
dirty.
T's always in Skechers. I'm like, no, you're not.
It's funny because Skechers just signed Snoop Dogg, too.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember I told my hood stories earlier?
Yeah.
I did work on Snoop Dogg's original
You
house.
told me that before
Yeah.
because he is from Long Beach.
Yep, on Lime
Yeah.
Avenue.
Did it in the dog pound, baby. That's what they used
I
to
was
call
in
it.
the dog pound, and it was everything you would have thought.
Was it
That's
Skechers?
awesome.
More than Skechers. It was frightening. I literally was walking up and could hear people screaming and throwing things. I was like, wow, this is all right. He wasn't lying about where he grew up. He grew up in the hood. Like, you know?
Yeah, there's just literally a stretch there that's just crazy bad.
Yeah.
All
Was
right,
that the video you sent me with that person yelling? Was that
No.
by his house?
I don't know. I send you guys videos every day.
Dude, he sends some crazy ones, like demonic noises, like
Oh, I should have
outside.
sent you that. There was a person like doing like a demon ritual in front of their house.
Like, I was like,
Really?
what the heck is this?
Yeah. I'm not
I was like,
joking.
no, 100% real. They have a video of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he got some crazy videos.
I'm gonna die.
All right, this is gonna be the best one out of all of them. Blue cheese is for old farts.
100%
Agreed.
Agree.
And I didn't want to say the way Aaron had it,
No
but it was
way.
the-
Turn that around. Dude. Disagree on this. I will convert you guys eventually. I'm
Okay.
going to bring blue cheese with me everywhere, and I'm just going to give you a little drop,
Go ahead.
little
You'd
by
have to
little
cut
by
out my
little.
tongue.
Go ahead, Aaron.
What are you gonna get? How about this? Just think. All right. I hate blue cheese. Chris, you have to convince me otherwise. Where are you gonna take me to eat, and how am I gonna eat blue cheese to convince me? Like, oh, this is pretty good.
When Lance shot that the picture of the blue cheese on the burger, it actually looked all right. So I'll
Blue
have to
cheese
try
on
it.
a chicken. You might like blue cheese on a chicken sandwich. Like a
Huh?
spicy chicken sandwich might be your thing.
All right, well,
if
you
I
need-
took you to a wing place, it's probably too much blue cheese because when you dip it in the blue cheese and you put it in your mouth, you're getting a blast
we did
of
at
blue
Rick's.
cheese.
It was bad.
So that I don't think you would
Well, that
like.
was Arkansas blue cheese.
And Rick said he likes blue cheese by the
If you
way
like
too.
Arkansas blue cheese,
So we did realize that it is an East Coast versus West Coast thing, we think. 'Cause
yes.
East Coast, all my East Coast buddies came to my defense, and a lot of East Coasters
all
came
five
to
of
my
them.
defense, called you guys mangy West Coasters, which I thought was awesome.
Sophisticated, snooty taste buds, bro.
Dude, I always remember when we were in Arkansas and he goes, yeah, we have this Chinese place. It's pretty good. That's Retro Rick's taste buds, dude.
Retro
It's
Rick-
true.
Garbage.
Dude,
Horrible.
it's bad.
It's like, remember Home Depot? Not Home Depot.
Home Depot Chinese.
Hometown buffet.
I do.
Okay,
Terrible.
two step downs from that. That was the Chinese buffet.
But Rick loved it.
Dude, he was like, I go to this place all the time.
He swears by it.
Yeah, I have to admit, Rick, I'll say it to the camera now. I love you, but when we were in Arkansas, there was maybe like one or two places we went that were.
The Mexican place was good.
The Mexican place was one of them.
Oh,
Was
that
pretty good.
that was good.
And then like Chick-fil-A, which they have everywhere.
No, we just kept going to Chipotle and he kept getting
We're
mad.
like, oh, Rick, we're good to go to Chipotle, man. We're good. He's like, no, you got to try this place. I was like, do I?
Pizza in blue cheese is pretty good
Okay,
too.
convince me.
If-
I will say this. We will update you guys if I am convinced.
If we had some
Just
good
buy me some
slices
meals.
of pizza and you dipped it in blue cheese, I would say blue cheese with pizza, wings, and on a spicy chicken
We can
sandwich.
go to Sergeant
sounds like
Pepperoni's
ranch.
after.
Dude.
I would love to.
That place is so good.
I
Where?
would love to.
Sergeant Pepperoni's.
Oh.
No, I
I've never
remember
been, but it sounds good.
It's amazing.
I remember I was in this place when I was a little kid and I had hot wings at this place called Coach's and there was two dipping sauces.
I know that place.
There was I thought it was ranch and the other one was blue cheese. Right?
Oh yeah, I got that.
I dipped my thing thinking it was ranch
Oh yeah.
and I went
it
to
tasted
buy
the best thing you've ever tasted.
No. I instantly went like this. I couldn't find a napkin fast enough.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
projectile vomiting.
I was like this. I was like,
That's like
as soon as it
when I
hit
used to
my
drink
taste
soda,
buds.
that's like when you think it's soda, but it's like hot coffee or tea. It can be something good. But it's just when you sip it and your mind's telling you it's something else, it immediately tastes disgusting.
Makes it worse.
Even if it's not disgusting.
And that's what swore me off ranch too, because I was like, I'm never making that mistake again.
I like
too.
this challenge though. We'll work on this. We'll get you
I'll
guys
let you
there.
buy me all the meals you want.
I'm gonna just do it one little drip at a time until you're like, yes,
All right.
blue cheese.
Yeah, okay. If
Hold
you
them
convince-
to it. Hold them to
And
it.
listen, I am more than open to try it on other stuff. I just have yet to have it where I'm like, yummy. I'm always like,
Nice.
donkey butthole.
All right. Look, this one's a little bit more
Controversial?
topical because it's happening right now. Is the Apple Vision Pro is a garbage like thing. Have you seen people walking around?
Oh, yeah. I've watched Ryan Trahan's video, Marquise Brownlee.
Agree or disagree? Across the board, I would
Is
say
it garbage?
Is it garbage?
I'm going to say no, but I have to follow up that.
I would say yes.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm not sure exactly even what it's doing yet. What can you do when you put that thing on?
You can watch.
Live.
Can you
Basically live your life.
You can.
You
It's
you
like
can live a whole
It's like
different
Tony
thing.
Stark. You know Tony Stark on Iron Man, how you can do certain
You
things.
can see through.
Kinda like that.
Then it has
but you
things-
see through it.
Yes.
Yeah,
and it's a
but you can
thing
see
in front
outside.
of you.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
has anybody tried it yet?
No, but I've watched
No.
all the in-depth
There's a
videos.
zillion videos. it seems
I've seen
like
of people walking around like stumbling on the streets and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So what's your
I don't
it's
know.
garbage reason?
The reason I think it's garbage is there's really no point for it. It's the same as your phone.
Got it.
Other than the fact that like, oh, I could put a wallpaper in front of my face. I'm on the moon. Does that really matter for me?
I think that it's just one step towards
Chip in your brain.
dumber.
Yeah.
And I know that's a dumb word to use. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like we already are so disconnected as a society with people at lunches. I mean, go look around next to me at dinner. People are not staring at each other, they're staring down.
Yeah.
The minute somebody walks away, gotta like do something. You can't just like whistle and look. I mean, I know not being an old man, but I just think it's one step further. That's just like a little too
Yeah.
far, right? Like let me see. I don't like when I can't see people's faces, right, and
Yeah.
communicate with them. Like if I walked up to someone and someone tried to have a conversation with me, I'm like, dude, take those off, dude. You buffoon. Like let me see your eyes. I don't trust you already. Like I don't know what you're doing. You know, you could be watching freaking corn. You know, while I'm sitting there talking to you. So I don't know. I don't like it. I think they're obviously really cool and unique and they can do a lot of stuff. But I just think it's another step towards unnecessary tech.
Yeah, you do.
I heard somebody talking about this recently. It was an AI guy, and he was saying originally when AI came out, the idea was to like create an AI world where we go into it. And he was saying that now they're kind of reversing that, where like this world is good enough. Let's bring more AI into the real world.
I think Meta was trying to be more what you said the first one.
The first one, like you're
The Facebook
I
in
remember
this
that,
virtual-
the metaverse. Hey, shake hands in the metaverse. I was like, what?
No, shake hands.
And I mean, other than like Ready Player One, where they're obviously going in, we're not at that stage. To me, when I look around, like this is a pretty awesome, might already be AI. Anyway, by the way, I do believe in that theory.
Simulation,
It's
yeah.
just a simulation, but
Says the guy who didn't think sports are rigged.
that's the one theory. Then the sports are totally rigged. It's all just a script. But if Apple Vision is kind of maybe that in between where you're still in this real world, but you're seeing some stuff, I could see some functional capabilities with that. Like I wouldn't want to walk around, but if I was sitting at a desk to sit down and work and there was some of that I could do, possibly I could see it being
Why did they make them look like that?
I think that's the only way they could get it to where it hits your whole peripheral.
I think when you think future, you think very like non-invasive, like in the movie, push a button and it's in there. I mean, I would never put that stuff in my body.
They're there. I don't think they're there yet. That's the thing.
I would never do it. By the way, make that very clear. If it was like install this into your body and you can see it, no, thank you, I'm good.
The only thing that I see useful for is the projection. Like if you were at home and you just want to play a video game or something, you can just put on that little headset. But it's like you can do exactly what those glasses did, where you can size it.
Yeah, AR glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, where you can size it to a certain size, and that's probably about it.
Yep.
For me, you do lose the social aspect. Like when people are walking around with it, that's definitely something that would piss me off.
Yeah, that seems ridiculous.
And not a lot of things do.
Yeah.
Piss me
But
off.
I would like to try that thing before even fully judging it. I would
No,
love to see what
I
it's
just
like.
want to judge it because it's $4,000. It's $4,000.
Dude, what if you could edit really fast? Like it'll help you edit. Like that'd be pretty sick. What
It's
if
not
you
gonna
could
help
use it?
me edit fast.
No, I mean, dude, I've seen
just
the
see
weirdo
regular-
stuff.
I
Apple
need like physical touch of things to edit. I can't do like swipes. I don't even like using tablets for any sort of like, or phones for any sort of editing or anything.
I would have to have like 10 things going on while it's going on with the edit. I'd be like
Yeah.
music, another video's going. I have to have all that going in the background.
I mean, the way I look at it too, if you look at like everybody was like metaverse, it's the way of the future. It died so hard. Right. So who knows what Apple Vision, maybe it will be the next, but I feel like every time we push something like this, I feel like society and human beings start to realize you can't beat like human interaction. You just
No.
can't.
No, because this
gets
world
worked
is
out.
awesome as it is.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was saying. Like that meta doesn't necessarily work because you're going into a whole nother world. And it's like, well, why leave this world to
Yeah.
go to another world?
Which I get for people who feel like I don't fit with this world or I hate life and I hate people.
Yeah.
I get that to an extent, but you know, I think there's also such thing as going too far and pushing people even further. I watch a lot of true crime stuff, and it's always the very isolated people who end up doing the weirdest things. You
I've
know?
seen it. I've seen your feed sometimes, just true crimes.
Oh, you see my feed when you sign in, yeah.
I love that stuff too.
I know.
Love it.
Yeah, we need to get
So
people
good.
a little bit out more in society, is what I'll say. When we
I
can.
didn't think you guys would be as in depth, but I really love that
Thank you, Curtis.
point of view.
Sometimes I try.
Yeah.